going to take it. Good people. Surrender. There's that hangman. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control, yes, and yield to the flow of life, love and life. And there's that Tower card right there. Yeah. Hey there, sweet souls. How are you? Is your forest fairy here? Nice to see you again. Welcome in and welcome back to the 100-Acre Woods, where I read cards out here. So let's read some cards for you, sweet souls. We are going to start off with this is the Spread Crafter. Yeah. Sorry, I had to look over. I just lost what this deck is. Spread Craft is one of my favorites too. Spread Crafter's deck. And we're going to do a 6-card spread, taking a look at the present moment, the challenge, the opportunity, the energy that's around you, the goal, and the advice. And then we're going to clarify with the Clay Arcana Tarot for more messages, more information, and more clarity on this read. And it's a timeless read, sweet souls, so trust that when it finds you, it was meant to and it's general. So take it, resonate, and leave the rest. And it's for all the sweet souls in the collective. And it's because it's a collective read, I got my shout out to do. So today, my subscriber shout out is Nomad's Landing Craft Farm at Sorry, sweet souls, my phone died. Okay, so I've got it plugged in. So it might look different as far as the setup, but I tried to get it as without. Anyways, so let me do that again. Nomad's Landing Craft Farm at Nomad's Landing Farm. Thank you for being a subscriber. And thank you to all my subscribers. If you'd like a subscriber shout out during these collective reads, all you have to do is make your subscription public so I can see it on my end. And then you'll be added to my list because I'm going from the bottom up. And I'll give you a shout out during these reads. And so I'm thinking about you over at the farm, over at the craft farm, Nomad's Landing Craft Farm. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you. I sincerely thank you. And so we already got cards popping. And so the current or the present moment is limiting beliefs. Isn't that the truth on the collective? The challenge is to conquer these limiting beliefs. Look at that. Yes, indeed. The opportunity is to support, and I'm feeling like to support each other, like, because we all have limiting beliefs. A lot of us do. It's the shadow work that we are doing right now as a collective. The energy that's all around us is balancing. So it's balancing out the shadow with the light. Again, it's integration of both, of bringing all of us, even the pieces of us that we don't like, that we don't want to look at. That's what shadow work is to look at and not to accept behaviors, but to accept these are beliefs. These are the limiting beliefs that were programmed into us through society, through school, through institutions, religions, through our family. And so it's knowing, accepting, and integrating all parts of us to create balance. Yes. The goal is affirmation. And this is how we do it with affirmations. The limiting beliefs, you wouldn't believe. Yeah, maybe you would. And I say this, it's just you wouldn't believe how many times, once you become aware of how many times you tell yourself something negative, you tell yourself something, whatever the limiting belief is, over and over and over again. You can do this by switching and changing and healing that by the affirmations. If you have to write it down, if you're coming up with your own affirmations, if you look up affirmations that appeal to you, that resonate with you, that you can affirm, that you're like, yes, that's my affirmation, right? And then say it as many times as you say those limiting beliefs. Every time you catch yourself saying a limiting belief, again, in your mind or thinking about it, affirm. Go back to the affirmations that you choose, not the ones that were imposed on you, not the ones that were programmed into you, but the ones that you choose. I like it. And the advice, purge. We're doing this at the 100-Acre Woods. We're purging, yep, of stuff from the past, of stuff we don't need, we've outgrown. With the kids, it's the toys, it's the mementos. Not a lot of us are really sort of attached to things. It piles up, and then you take a look at the whole pile and it's like, this is clutter. I don't need this. Purge, to destroy, to cleanse. A deep cleanse, yes, to renew, to eradicate, and to transform these limiting beliefs. Love it. Bottom of the deck. That which you might not see, compromise. Okay, this is going to be a good one. I can already tell. I love these card combinations, so I can already tell it's going to be a good one. Limiting beliefs. What are the negative assumptions or perceptions that limit and stop you from being the best version of yourself? What have you been conditioned to believe? That's exactly it right there. Five of Swords. This is very interesting. And the world is coming to an end. Okay, so this, I can read the Five of Swords as an internal struggle and or battle, where these limiting beliefs are going to win come hell or high water. These limiting beliefs, these narratives, these assumptions and perceptions are implanted. I want to say implanted. I'm hearing it into your mind from childhood. How you can't, how you won't, how the system is too big. You're just a small little pawn in this game of life. And it depends on where you were born, what country, what culture, and what, I'm just going to say, tax bracket you were born into. You might be able to, and maybe from a very young age, see these limiting beliefs, whether it be through school systems, through religion, like you have to get the degree to get the job. Do you? For some people, they might believe, yes, without a degree, I cannot get a six-figure job. And this new Gen Z, or Zs, I say Z because I'm Canadian, but these new Zs, they are smashing this. They are. Can you learn? And with internet access, you can learn whatever you need, want, desire. Absolutely. I wonder sometimes. And when you see what they're teaching on campuses that the parents or the people, the students pay for, what are you paying for? Are you paying for limiting beliefs to keep you small, to keep you in and under control? I dare say yes. So this is coming to an end with the World card. This cycle of limiting beliefs, for those of you watching, is coming to an end. You are seeing, you are identifying, and you are questioning all the beliefs that have been, I said it, I'm going to say it again, implanted, that have been conditioned and programmed into you. And with that Five of Swords, that's all thoughts, that's all internal. It's catching yourself with a limiting belief and changing it to an affirmation. It's catching yourself in limiting beliefs and purging that from your mind, from your heart, from your aura. And that's what ascension is. Getting out of these limiting beliefs and conquering them. That's the challenge. And it is challenging. Conquer. To slay, to battle, to defeat, to overcome the perceptions. Yes. And to adopt or look at, or at least surrender to the limit. It's surrendering to limiting beliefs, knowing that they were programmed into you, that you were conditioned to think this way, and to take a look at things from a completely, an affirmation, different perspective. And the truth. And the truth is coming out. I saw this in the AI read. The truth is coming out about the world, about the limiting beliefs, about the veil, about the program, about the control program, and that we have been conditioned to control and regulate and limit ourselves. And it's through marketing, it's through propaganda. Marketing, propaganda, same thing, really. And so the support is the opportunity to help, to aid, to assist, to encourage, to hold space. Oh, it's coming down. The perceptions of the collective are going to be with the truth. Ace of Swords is going to just be huge. And it's coming down. Everything that these limiting beliefs have built within you, you will have the support, and you will be able to support others, as I do here on this channel, to support those that are questioning, that are wondering. And the Fool, and to take that leap of faith on the truth, on telling the world the truth. For some of you, you're creators. For some of you, you're tarot readers. For some of you, you are independent journalists telling the truth of these systems, of the corruption, of the control. Balance. You're willing to take that leap of faith and to bring it down. Yep. And it's the perception right underneath the hangman. Yep. Absolutely. So the balance is the energy that's all around us to stabilize, to return to the now, to find equilibrium and harmony. Six of Pentacles. This is generosity, equal give and take. I can also read it as breadcrumbing with beliefs, breadcrumbing with truth. Just a little bit of truth. Sometimes just a little bit of truth will keep us quiet, right? Just a little bit more truth. Is it true? You have to wonder. But balance, as we see in the Six of Pentacles, we see the balancing scales. And so, like I said, balancing out the light and the dark, the shadow, of sort of rising above the polarity. I read this in the galactic reads, that we move out of polarity, right and wrong, black and white, light and dark, into paradox, and then above paradox into enlightenment, hangman. But first we have to balance out the light and the dark. See what it is, see what the shadow work is, and it's going to differ and yet be the same for each one of us, because the systems are big, the programs are loud, the programs are very well established within the collective. So balance is also clarified by the Eight of Cups and walking away from it all. Absolutely, walking away and getting this balance. This is what we're working towards. Yes. And walking away, emotionally walking away from the limiting beliefs. Also taking accountability for how we think. That's the one thing, they'll tell you different, but that's the one thing that we can control, and it's how we think. Now, some might say, yeah, but Forest Fairy, these programs are really covert. Some of them, these programs are psyops. Yes, and once you see it, then you can't unsee it. Oh, this is a psyop. Kind of like once you begin to see AI, and that's what we are entering into. This, and again, taking a light-hearted, like not getting angry that the AI is fooling the collective, but that it's creative. Now, some might say, oh, the hallucinating AI is evil. No, I think it's creative. I think it's really creative. It's kind of like having a really good salesman. Do they tell you everything, or do they tell you want to hear so you will buy the thing, the product, or whatever? So when we say that AI is lying and hallucinating, humans do too, right? This is all shadow work. And so when you can then go, okay, so I'm going to be discerning with the AI, I'm going to be discerning with humans, I'm going to be discerning with every piece of information that comes across my desk, that comes into my sphere, that comes over my feed. You know what I'm talking about. You guys watching know what I'm talking about. And so it's taking accountability for what you believe, what you choose to buy into. Everything's a choice. And so once it's revealed the truth of the world that we live in, of the corruptions, the people have been taking advantage, whether they be politicians, whether they be, I don't know, CEOs or middlemen or whatever. They've taken advantage of it and they've made lots of money. Is lots of money the end all and be all? I don't know in the new system. I have no idea. But to know thyself, what's important to you, and where did these limiting beliefs come from? This is where you can switch these limiting beliefs, and how many times you actually, once you see, once you realize, once you become aware of how many times you say these limiting beliefs to yourself, then you can affirm. Then you can switch it up, flip it, and affirm. What is the truth right beside that Ace of Swords that you need to hear right now? What needs to be validated in you? What will create inspiration and resonance within you? Affirm. Queen of Cups, that we're all psychic. Every human is psychic, is loving, is caring, is nurturing. We all have the Queen of Cups in us. We all have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands, just like we each have masculine and feminine. So we have all the kings. We have, and where are you on your evolution? in your awakening? Where are you? And right now, this is the Queen of Cups is telling you to be kind to yourself, to be loving towards yourself, to pick out affirmations that you want to hear, that you love to hear, that you need to hear. What is the truth that you need to hear right now? That you are a loving human being. That's true. And the Seven of Wands, and take the high road. Seven of Wands, also to defend who you are, your loving self, to take the high road. This is not a defensive. And every time this Seven of Wands comes up, I think of the Traveler. I think of I see the Fool. I see the Eight of Cups. Do you see how he has that path? The Fool card, I see it. These three cards, we've got three of them on the desk. We see the Fool with that path. We see the Seven of Wands defending that path, or not really. It's not a defensive image. It's a taking the higher road. And then we have going on that spiritual path, right there, turning away from limiting beliefs, closing out that cycle with the World card. And the World card is victory. You've gotten through the Fool's journey. We have the World and the Fool. You have wrapped up this limiting belief and starting on a brand new path of support to bring down these limiting beliefs. Tower card. And to take the high road. To take the high road. I think this is what you're giving. I see it. You're walking away. Eight of Cups. Taking the high road. Seven of Wands. Affirming. Looking right at those affirmations. And being loving and supporting to those around you. Six of Pentacles, being generous with your affirmations, with your positivity, with your love, with your kindness, with your psychic abilities, with you being, some of you are channelers. You channel the love, the universal love of God, of the Great Divine, and it's expressing it. It's affirming it. Yeah, purge is the advice. To destroy, Tower card right here, to cleanse, to renew, to eradicate, to transform, clarified by the King of Cups. We have the King and the Queen. Like I said, masculine and feminine within all of us, and the home. Four of Wands. We're going through this right now and doing it in a way, like when it says to cleanse, it's like a deep cleanse with the King of Cups. With the King of Cups, it's like, because I always think of the King of Cups as Scorpio energy. So it's a deep cleanse. Yeah. It's cleansing deep limiting beliefs, deep negative narratives, and to go deep into the depths of your soul, of your emotions. This is the dark and light. I see with the King and the Queen of Cups, this is the light and dark right here. And bringing them together, balancing them out. Six of Pentacles. And then what you might not see is the compromise, to negotiate, to reach a mutual agreement, to figure out a solution for everyone involved. These are boundaries, clarified by the Page of Wands. And this is the little page I see in the Fool card, I see in the Seven of Wands, I see in the Eight of Cups. For me, the Page of Wands is like the minor to the Sun card. The happiest, I can also see the Ten of Cups as the minor. But as far as an archetype, it's this little Page of Wands. And his eyes have been opened. As you see with the Queen and the King of Cups, even the Six of Cups, eyes are closed. But the eyes are open with this Page of Wands. And he wanted to come out. Knight of Wands wanted to come out, taking action to start on a brand new Fool journey. Brand new journey with a little backpack. Now his is loaded with lessons. This Fool card's got lots of lessons that he's learned from the World card. Yep. He's not taking any limiting beliefs though, I'll tell you that. Not at all. Woo. Okay. Let's get an oracle. I like it. This is where we're headed. This is where, and yes, things have to get destroyed to rebuild. Absolutely. And that it's something just said that's what the powers that were, try to do is destroy you so that they can rebuild you. Well, I think it's for us to rebuild our own individual beliefs, to affirm in that we are good I'm going to take it. Good people. Surrender. There's that hangman. The energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control, yes, and yield to the flow of life, love and life. And there's that Tower card right there. Yeah, to let go of illusionary control. Bottom of the deck, and that which you might not see. Honesty, and this is being honest with yourself and others. Yes, honesty. The energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful. There's the Ace of Swords, and genuine with kindness and tact. King and Queen of Cups right there. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get some angel numbers on this, sweet souls. I see 785. Angel wisdom is reminding you that you were born to live fully and with joy. Take time to eliminate all that's blocking your joy and focus on what is bringing you happiness. That's the limiting beliefs that's blocking your joy. Simple. Yep, this is confirmation. Let's do 6, 8, 7. Your angels are encouraging you to step into a teacher-leader position in your current situation. The messages and lessons you can share with others are also ones you need to hear. Last one. Let's do 5, 6, 8. Let's do 5, 6, 8. Last one, sweet souls. You are not being blocked or held back. You are just being encouraged to trust. You lack information only because the next phase of your journey won't be created until you make the next move. There's the Fool card right underneath the Ace of Swords. But know that the universe is on your side. There's the World card. Wow. Let me read that again. You are not being blocked or held back. There's limiting beliefs that you are being blocked, that you are being held back. No. This is the angel message, is that you are not being blocked or held back. You are just being encouraged to trust. Ace of Swords. You lack information only because the next phase of your journey won't be created until you make the next move. Fool card. But know that the universe is on your side. World card. And if anything I've said in this read resonates with you, sweet souls, please let me know in the comments below. And that's what I see for you. And I'm sure I'll see you again. Take care. From your Forest Fairy. Bye for now.